that's what I learned the hard way in my college. And what I tell my juniors or my colleagues also, or what I tell Hari is also like, make a personal brand, because that's what will get you, not eventually get you a job is just a one output of making a personal brand. हेलो गाइस, कैसे हो आप सभी? उम्मीद करता हूँ सभी लोग मस्त रहोगे, मज़े में रहोगे. सो यार, आज एक जो पॉडकास्ट किया, एंड इट वाज लाइक 2-2.5 महीने बाद हमने शूट किया था. एंड दिस पॉडकास्ट इज़ कम्प्लीटली इन इंग्लिश. दिस पॉडकास्ट इज़ ऑल अबाउट DevRel, Developer Relations. It is one such career option or one such job that is not being talked a lot in these days. And I was lucky enough to have Rohan, who is a Developer Relations Specialist at Contentstack. And we talked a lot about DevRel, right? And we talked about why DevRel, how DevRel, and why is DevRel needed at any company at a product level as well, and how to build a community and how to keep on engaging that community until you grow, and how can a graduate or a student become a DevRel and start their journey into DevRel. So I hope you watch the entire video. There is a lot to learn in this particular podcast, and yeah, it was a lot fun talking with Rohan today. And let's see how you like it, and if you like it, make sure you tell your thoughts in the comment section, and also do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And see you in the next one. Hey Rohan, how are you?
All good, man. How are you?
I'm fine. First of all, thank you for hopping up on the podcast. And I think this is one of the podcasts that I wanted personally to shoot. And DevRel being a new career option for many people as of now, because not many of the people know about what DevRel is. And recently, being to React India and being to Hacktoberfest in Bangalore, I met Rohan, and I got to know he's also a DevRel specialist at Contentstack. And I was like, let's hop up and let me ask you some of my questions on what DevRel is. So be ready, because a lot of questions will be coming towards you.
Yes.
So before starting, please tell us about yourself.
About myself. So, myself, Rohan Kokkula, and I've been in the developer relations and developer advocacy, technical writing, content creation. So, there are many terms to this particular role, and I've been through all of these phases. And since 3.4 years almost this December. And so this role includes YouTube content creation and blog writing and events and all of that. I can make a list of like 20-30 items in that, but that's what I do. And here at Contentstack, the main focus right now is to arrange events and organize, manage, collaborate with local tech communities and etc. So excited to be here.
So how was your journey into tech? What motivated you to come into tech?
So into tech, at the start, actually, I was very fascinated with the custom ROMs for my Android OS. So at that time, I was like, okay, what's this? What's happening? I can change my OS on my phone, and that sounded very techy. And I wanted to be more of a software engineer kind of thing. So then I chose engineering, obviously CS or IT, but then I got into IT engineering, and then I started with web development at start, and at that time React and everything was it was in the beginning. I'm talking about 2016. That's my first year, and so into web development, and then at that time it was just Bootstrap, and there was not even Tailwind. So right now we have so many frameworks, design frameworks, and frameworks based on React. Like as we are speaking, there's a new framework launching anytime soon. So there are so many frameworks. So I was just fascinated about web development, and then I started freelancing. At that time, I took like 2 or 3 projects from my family, friends, and I used to do freelancing at that time. And then after that, I joined a couple of internships. And during internships, I thought, okay, I've covered a good spectrum in web development. I thought, okay, AI is getting getting hot in the news, and why not just try that out? So I tried out couple of courses, and yeah, I just jumped into two internships in speech synthesis and something like that. So it was good. Got to learn so much about AI and data science, how this AI model works, how to create them, the data annotation part, the data analysis part, and everything. So as I said, the spectrum ranged from web development to AI in general. And coming back to tech, so yeah, basically I'm talking about DevRel point of view as of now. So you need to have this good understanding of how things work in tech. So from my experience and my relevancy for DevRel, as I said, from web development to AI, so I know how things in tech actually work. And I'm talking about APIs, I'm talking about databases, I'm talking about cloud, AWS. So switching these fields, I got a good understanding at the infrastructure level. So okay, I got then sorry and then yeah, that's how I landed into DevRel and in tech in general.
Okay, so as far as what I understand, for what I used to think earlier was that DevRel is all about like marketing, because it's like building a community, telling people like we have these kind of events. But I think I was wrong at that time. You need to have more knowledge on the technical aspects as well. So the next question was, how did you come up? But you gave the answer. But the one question is, why Contentstack? Why did you join Contentstack?
Good. So yeah, while I was applying for DevRel roles, the interview rounds were good. And like, speaking of Contentstack, at the moment it's B2B. So they are planning to go to B2C, that is business to consumers, and I would call it as B2D, that is business to developers. So this is the first time that they are having this DevRel function in the team, and this would be a good opportunity for me to try out various things from my experience at Contentstack. And the role is good, and there are so many opportunities to grow in India, from company point of view and from my personal level point of view. So yeah.
Okay, so you talked about the role. Can you like list down, let's say, 5 to 7 roles or responsibilities of a DevRel in any company?
Correct. So as I said, like, there are many roles, and 50% of my role is talking about what my role is. So yeah, because nobody knows about DevRel, right? So what I do, like, they ask, hey, what do you do? I say DevRel. And they ask, okay, what is DevRel, right? Then I start listing out the items. DevRel is basically developer relations, and the best definition is it's like you are bridging the gap between developers and your product. So basically spreading awareness of your product to the end users.
Okay.
Likewise. So as you said, you wanted like a list, and what all includes in that is technical writing, like people do blogs. And as I said, there's no one such task assigned for a DevRel. For example, if we take software engineers, they just code, right? Or maybe a backend developer, they just focus on DB or server, something like that. It's not that monolithic over here. There are so many things happening. One is blog writing. So a technical writer could also be called as a DevRel, because he's spreading awareness of the product with his with his writing. The second thing is videos. I at BotPress. So BotPress was my previous employer where I worked for 3.5 years, and there I used to create YouTube videos in form of shorts, and we used to have these Discord live sessions. So that also comes under the list that you host the live events, or the physical events that we did at Hacktober or at React India, like that. So yeah, more than that, it's basically content creation and letting developers know about your product.
Okay.
And in any form, like it could be videos, again it could be blogs, it could be a product in itself, like a good MVP of your main product that you are trying to attract a specific group of people from your community. So we have not talked about community yet, but again it takes 50% of the partition in this DevRel function.
Okay.
So community management is also a part in this list. And when I talk about community, you can think of a Discord community, and or even Slack. So where you have a separate fan base of your product, and you need to cater them. Maybe you can show them like your product updates or your next release, what's happening in your product, and maybe engage, like have some polls, something like that. So just making them engaged with your product, and yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. So if I am in a community, let's say I'm in a Contentstack community, so what would be the reason I should be in that community? As you said, apart from the updates that I get, the sessions that I get, why does a developer be in any community of a product? What advantage do they get? Apart from the updates, like you can say that pre-release updates or some updates that are being released in the next month are given to the developers a month earlier. These are like the development updates, but what drives developers to join these kind of communities?
One main thing is the support. So you get this personal support from the Contentstack team. So we have product managers, product engineers over there in our community. So if you have any doubt, you can just ask it right away and you'll get it answered. So that's one thing, that support. And again, if we are not active in such cases, so by creating these communities, you will find other people who are also who will help around to you. And likewise, you are like creating this ecosystem where each and everyone is helping each another selves, and they would get more knowledge about the product, and not just about Contentstack, but in general about headless CMS. So it's not that you need to know about Contentstack to join the Contentstack community. Okay. You need to be tied up to a tech first, and then you need to join in these product specific communities likewise.
Okay.
Yeah. So for example, if you are a Python developer, you like coding in Python, so you can find like different communities on Discord, product specific communities. Likewise, so PyCharm has a community, so you can just join their community and then have your Python based questions over there. So it's mixed of both, like you can ask your product questions, you can ask your tech based questions. So it's like Stack Overflow on steroids.
Okay, so if I want to join any kind of community, where do I join it? Because talking about me and my Hari as well, we got to know about these kind of communities, or we can say tech events in general, when we were, I guess, in the final year. Yeah, in the final year when we were in the 7th semester, one of his friend got us at the Postman event, which was in Mumbai, and that was the first time I got to know, like, bro, there are events happening as such. Like, you don't have to pay anything; you just can go for free. And it was like the first time for me. I was like, I got a sticker, I got this thing to flex in front of my friends. But I didn't know back then how to join any kind of a community, and I'm still looking for some communities where I can join. So, what would you advise personally to me how to join these kind of communities?
So first thing is check out what you're looking for. Like for example, as I said, which tech are you in? Then a simple Google search would work. Otherwise, there are websites where you can find out these communities. There is Comudal, there is there's X, Twitter, so you can find communities over there as well. And there are company specific communities also. So mostly what happens is, if you want to join a particular community and you don't know where to start, just try searching for the products in that tech. For example, if I'm talking about CMS, I would go for Contentstack. I'll search Contentstack Discord community or something like that, or simply just go to Contentstack website. You will find a join our community, join our Discord at the top right or at the bottom, like that. So that's one way to join the communities.
Okay, now the next thing is, what should be the ideal mindset of any DevRel guy who is into DevRel? Or you can say, how does a day in the life of a DevRel look like? Or let me rephrase it again. How does a day in the life of Rohan Kokkula look like in Contentstack?
Yeah, so as we are talking about day in life of a DevRel, so yeah, basically you have seen documentation site, right? Product docs, xyz .com/docs. So who handles all the documentation? It's the DevRel, it's the developer advocate, it's the technical writer. So yeah, that's again like 5% of my role, that I need to make sure the documentation is good, and it is updated. That's one important thing, because it shouldn't be outdated, otherwise people would get lost in the documentation likewise. So yeah, documentation is one thing. Then events is another thing. Writing custom applications, custom code, custom solutions, to where you find that okay, you have a subset of developers as an audience of your product that are looking for a particular specific solution, and you have no time to get to the engineers and fix that in the product. So what you can do is, you can try out a mini MVP version, hosted on Versalon, hosted on Contentstack itself. Like we are having this launch feature again. So yeah, you can host some applications like that. And yeah, I mean, it involves code as well again. So I said about documentation, blogging, technical writing, events, then coding as well. So all of these, combine into 100% that we call as DevRel. But DevRel is again like 5% of all these things. Depends on the situation, depends on the day. My every day is not as same as yesterday, and yeah, so that's how things are going on in DevRel.
You talked about personal branding. I think that is one topic where I can personally talk a lot, because that's what I learned the hard way in my college. And what I tell my juniors or my colleagues also, or what I tell Hari is also, like, make a personal brand, because that's what will get you, not eventually get you a job. Job is just a one output of making a personal brand. But apart from that, it makes your identity public. Like on other social medias like Instagram, people make their personal brand. They put reels and photos and stuff. But when it comes to being professional, people don't tend to go on LinkedIn. They're like, what is this? Like, why should we go to LinkedIn and post things that we are not interested in? So what I think is, like, personal brand, being a personal brand is very important, right from where you are in your college. I would personally suggest, like, if you are in your 10th as well, you can start making a personal brand. The earlier, the better. So what do you think, or why is having a personal brand important, and how early can a person make a personal brand?
So personal brand speaks your experience. So whenever you look at someone's profile, you instantly believe in what he posts or what he talks about, because you know there are certain things that come under consideration for a good personal brand, like again followers, the profile picture and xyz, and experience, like what have you done in your like what have you done previously. Likewise, so talking about experience, so I have like couple of friends who are like good software engineers, like good 5-6 years of experience, but they have like no profile picture on LinkedIn. They have no about their self and no banner, that like they don't showcase much. And I asked them like, what's up dude, like why don't you create your own brand, because you know so much, like at least start posting what you know. They are like software engineers and back-end developers, so they were like क्या करना है यार, पटेली थोड़ी मारना है, something like that. So it's not like that you need to show off. It's more like educating your juniors, like speaking your experience, like that. Because when we were freshers, at that time YouTube was one source, and then there were multiple source of information we could gather, right? Like for studying the coding stuff, coding materials, like that. So those were our inspirations. Those YouTubers helped us throughout this journey. And now, since we are like at the 4-year, 5-year mark in our experience, it's our duty to give back to the community. So when you do that, you create your own brand. Likewise, if you are a Python developer, just start creating content. Start talking about what you have done in the past. Start maybe a podcast. start maybe joining communities and etc. Like interact more with the people. So that's how you create your own brand and you create your own identity in what you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the fun part being a DevRel, apart from the goodies?
Fun part is I get to meet various people from the tech industry. So the best example would be our React India 2024 happened in Goa. So we have met Ken Dodds, and there are so many like international people, international developers with like 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. There were CEOs, founders. So getting this chance to get in touch with them, or at least have a talk, like what's up, what's happening in JavaScript, what's happening in React, what's happening in Python. So you get to know the updates real quick, real time, even before it's in the news. Likewise, so that's one fun part, that you get to know more people, and you get to understand what other things are left that I don't know in tech. So right now, as I said, I've been into web development and AI, but I never explored cryptocurrency and the crypto side. So the blockchain. So yeah, whenever I meet someone from the blockchain community, I try to know more about what's happening. Okay, Ethereum. Okay, all right. So yeah, that's how like I get fascinated, or it's fun to know more. Curious.
I also personally want to say that like many of my students whom I have taught, they were like asking, sir, how was React Indian? I was like, bro, it's damn good. I was like a little kid. I was like, this is like, bhai, kya hai? Jannat hai, bhai. Matlab, it was the first time I met Kent Dodds, I met Tejas.
Yeah.
They were all foreigners, and I was like, the mindset that I had was like they would be thinking very differently. They the way they think, the way they implement things would be very different. Because if you talk about many of the tech giants right now, you talk about Microsoft, you talk about ChatGPT, that is initially made by them. These are not made by Indians. Currently, the CEOs are Indians, but the things are not made by them. So when I had a conversation with them, I was like, bro, they are also humans like us. I was like, no, they are God. They would be thinking different.
Yeah.
But that was one hell of an experience, and getting to know a lot of international guys was one of, like, you can say, a bucket list for me.
Correct.
Like, initially, if you guys see my React India vlog, the first time I talked with Ken Dodds, in the camera I was very confident.
Mm-hmm.
But back then I was literally vibrating. I told him, I'm like, bro, I'm vibrating. I'm very scared because
Yeah.
I'm first talking to a person one by one on camera.
Yeah.
So he's like, bro, chill out. We'll talk. So that was a one hell of an experience. And was this your first big event, or have you
Yes,
been a
yes.
part of other events as well?
No, actually, previously when I worked at BotPress, so it was fully remote. So I just worked from my bedroom, and that's it. 3 years spent like that, and so that's why I didn't get any chance to host or go to any events like that. So yeah, this is my first big event so far, and it was really good. The
Indeed,
energies.
we partied a lot at that
Yeah.
day. So let's come back to the developer community you talked about. You told that you get to engage a lot of developers in the community. So let's talk about some strategies that may help the other people, like who have their own startups, or like you can talk like me only, to how can I engage my community better. I don't have a product right now, but I do have, like, you can say, a startup where I do uh, content creation, I do blogging. So how can a person or DevRel engage the community better?
So one thing is we can start with WhatsApp, but again, the question is why should people join your community? Like, what are you giving them back? So if your target user group is content creators, or yeah, someone who does podcasts, or someone who does YouTube videos, content creation, social media, etc., then I would suggest having these workshops first. Again, workshops also comes under the 20 list, the list of 20 items that I talked. So you can have a workshop where you teach about content creation, and then you have some games over there, and you then encourage them to join your WhatsApp community or your Discord community. And then again, it doesn't stop there. You need to make sure that they are active. So weekly active users is one of the KPI that you need to track down in developer relations. So yeah, that's how you can form your community, like hosting these workshops, hosting live events. You can just go YouTube live and then tell them, okay, do this workshop, and then you can do the live workshop, and you can tell them to join the Discord community or WhatsApp community, like that.
I think that being a content creator is also a DevRel, if I'm not wrong.
Correct.
Because you tend to speak a lot with people, you make content, you engage your community, you also have your own skill set that you are trying to give back to the community. So let's say I'm a DevRel. I have worked for a company for like 4 or 5 years. Now I want to switch a job. What would be the different options that I can opt after being a DevRel?
So you said like you are a software engineer with 5 years of experience, 4 or 5 years of experience, and you have been like doing good coding at that level. So one could be like getting more upgraded in the same role, in a senior position, in a team lead position, in a tech lead position. Likewise, if you want to get into developer relations, one thing is you need to make sure that you write good blogs. Otherwise, I didn't write any blog yet, but I have good YouTube videos done for my previous employer. So again, you should do something that should represent or should spread awareness of your product in any form. It could be blogs, it could be videos, like that. So they could start, like they could even start talking about what they did in the community channels, and they can join these communities and look for such roles.
Okay. Okay. So, what is the trend right now that you have observed, which is changing currently in DevRel? Because what I would first say, what I have observed is like from the last 2 3 years, the craze for DevRel has increased a lot. Like in my time, we used to hear about Kunal Kushwaha. Yeah. He was like doing for DSA and I guess cloud. But now it's like Ali Mustafa is there, then Tejas Kumar, whom we met in React India. The craze is increasing a lot, and I am into the DevRel India. I guess you are also there in the group. I see like there is a lot of craze, and what I used to know like yeah DevRel होगा मतलब छोटा मोटा कुछ काम रहेगा, but I'm like this is a big thing, and this is also a great career option for a lot of people. So according to you, what are the changes that you have or trends you have observed which are changing right now?
So what I'm observing is the change in mindset for the small scale companies and startups. So what I've observed is people are misunderstanding the concept of DevRel in general, and it's creating a FOMO effect in amongst the startups, among the tech startups. Everyone needs a DevRel, and if you are doing something in tech, if you have your own product, you are a founder of some XYZ startup, and you don't have a DevRel, then you are missing a lot. That's what's happening, but that's not the case. You shouldn't have a DevRel unless you want to spread awareness of your product, get more users, and talk about your product basically. So the trend is, what I've observed from my previous experience is, people are expecting a social media manager from DevRel, like 100% social media manager. So they want the content calendar scheduling, they want the Figma assets. So that's what a designer does, but they are expecting for a DevRel to do that. And again, this is one part that I'm talking about. The most important thing is they're expecting revenue from DevRel. So DevRel is such a job role that doesn't directly contribute to the revenue or to the money for the company, like sales. So in sales you have funnels, and you can identify like who bring the money, like who brought the money, and how's the cash flow and everything. And there's always a reason attached to a transaction in sales. So people are misunderstanding that, okay, you're a DevRel, right? So basically you get users, you get developers, but why are they not converting into paid users? What's the reason? Because we are not sales. Yeah, that's what sales guys does, right? Like that's the top of the funnel in the sales terminology. Okay. Our main role is to enable the users, enable the end users, the product users, to make them our fans, and make sure that they get what they want in form of support, in form of product updates, in form of features, in form of goodies swags. Yeah. So likewise.
Because getting swags was like one of the core thing that I liked a lot. Initially, it was like just a Postman event, and I guess we went into the Google event, right? Which was in Mumbai, GDG Cloud event, I guess. So that was the time we received the Google goodies, and it was like me, Hari, and two of our friends, if I'm not wrong. We 4 people went, and it was like I had applied for all the things, and I gave all the quizzes. I wasn't lucky enough to get the goodies. Instead, all those 3 got the umbrellas and all the stickers. And they're like kind enough, like, bro, you take 1 sticker, we'll take the rest of them. So now if I see my laptop, I guess you can see from here only.
Yeah.
I have a lot of stickers that is still empty.
Some are from React India as well.
Yeah. Some are still in my bag. And I'm like, I don't have that much space to put it out. So yeah, it was like a great conversation. Let's have a fist bump. Yeah. Initially, I really wanted to talk about DevRel, and I know we are we have a lot to talk
Yes.
from DevRel, but I was like, let's have this podcast where we are giving some initial insights or like a beginner guide to the
Mm-hmm.
viewers over here. And was this your first one?
Yeah, yeah.
Podcast?
Yes, yes, yes.
How
First.
was it?
It was good actually. Thanks for having this podcast, and yeah, it was good, good experience, and this was needed actually in DevRel. That no one talks about DevRel much on YouTube or on uh,
Any social media?
yeah, any social media. So this is a good start for me as well to express what I do in DevRel, and yeah.
Hoping to have a lot of conversation with a lot of DevRel people.
Yeah.
And just one last question: any piece of advice you would like to give to our viewers or the students?
Mm, create your personal brand, focus on tech, focus on coding, join communities, join meetups. Wherever you are, there are so many events happening around you. You can check out Luma, you can check out meetup.com, you can check out Comudal, search for uh, events happening nearby on Google. You'll get direct Google results likewise. So my honest opinion, honest suggestion would be just try for these events, show up at these events, and yeah, keep writing, keep blogging, keep creating content, and yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Rohan, for hopping up, and hoping to have you soon in the next episode.
Yes, thank you, sir. Yeah.
Talking about community, Contentstack itself has another community that it has started recently. It is called TechX, and on the 16th of November, there are two events happening at Mumbai and at Bangalore at the Contentstack office. So make sure you register on the link given in the description and do attend. You will obviously find me and Rohan over there. We both will be attending. We both will be mostly in the Bangalore area, and yeah, you can attend it in Mumbai as well. And there are total 4 locations where the TechX events happen. They are Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, and Chennai. So do attend and do get to connect with a lot of people. And see you in the next podcast. Until then, bye bye.